Two of Earth's mightiest bears, the polar bear and the grizzly bear, now stand on the same stage for the first time in recorded history. As climate change reshapes their homes, they drift into each other's domains in a collision course that raises pressing questions. Are we on the cusp of witnessing an incredible new hybrid species, or perhaps the ultimate bear showdown? From the frozen seas of the Arctic to the rugged forests of North America, we're about to unveil why these apex predators are drawn together. Buckle up for a journey into territory overlap unprecedented hybrid sightings and the looming question, which bear would win if they ever came to blows? But before we can truly understand what happens when these two titans meet, how do we get here in the first place? Let's trace the story back a bit. Over millennia, polar bears reigned supreme on the ice, expert seal hunters reliant on thick sea ice and frigid temperatures. Meanwhile, grizzly bears, also known as North American brown bears, thrived in more temperate zones, covering vast forests and grasslands. No fence, no official border, just drastically different habitats that rarely overlapped. But climate change is rewriting the script. Shrinking ice forces polar bears south, while warming temperatures invite grizzlies to roam further north in search of new food sources. Think of it like two neighbours who never used to chat suddenly sharing the same backyard. Yet a shared backyard isn't the only twist. Could these once separate bears really be mixing and, believe it or not, creating hybrids? So how did these two mighty species, once separated by vast icy boundaries, suddenly end up side by side? The answer reveals a surprising twist in nature's playbook. The emergence of an entirely new hybrid, often called a Pizzly or grolar bear. As warming climates push polar bears south and lure grizzlies north, these unexpected offspring have begun appearing in the wild and may offer a glimpse into how life adapts when old barriers fall away. These hybrids carry traits from both polar bears and grizzlies, revealing a fascinating glimpse into how wildlife adapts as their habitats overlap. Multiple sightings have been confirmed through genetic testing, leading experts to believe these crossovers may become more frequent. Primary research from Arctic field biologists and expert opinions from wildlife conservationists confirm that Pizzly bears often inherit the polar bear's long neck and white-brown fur mix, combined with the grizzly's muscle structure and taste for varied diets. This is nature's way of adapting. If you can't beat the heat, maybe you blend your lineage? Picture a bear that can hunt seals one day and munch berries the next. It's like the surf and turf specialist of the bear world. But if that isn't wild enough, the real question might be, do these hybrids also inherit fighting prowess from both parents? So in a head-to-head scenario, who really has the advantage? Polar bear, grizzly bear, or even this hybrid newcomer? So, who would come out on top if these two heavyweight bears clashed in a true fight to the finish? Let's break it down. Polar bears can stretch over 10 feet tall on their hind legs, tipping the scales at up to 1,500 pounds or 680 kilograms. Think of a towering fridge with claws. Grizzlies, on the other hand, often stand around 6 to 7 feet and weigh in at roughly 700 pounds, or 317 kilograms. But don't let that smaller number fool you, it's 700 pounds of raw muscle. Don't count them out just because they're lighter, they're also built for different battlegrounds. On ice and snow, the polar bear's stamina and stealth hunting skills could turn a duel into a one-sided affair. When it's cold and slippery, the polar bear is right at home, while a grizzly might be out of its element. But switch over to rocky slopes or dense forests, and everything changes. Grizzlies can unleash sudden bursts of speed, bulldozing their way to victory before a polar bear even knows what hit it. Then there's the wild card. The so-called Pizzly or grolar bear, part polar, part grizzly. It might inherit a polar bear's endurance, plus a grizzly's power. Or it could lose crucial skills from each parent. It's impossible to predict exactly how that blend would play out in a fight, because these hybrids are so rare that no one's witnessed them in a real head-to-head brawl. Ultimately, if these titans were forced to throw down, environment and opportunity would make all the difference. On the ice, I'd back the polar bear. in the forest, the grizzly has the edge. And if you ever find yourself face to face with either, trust me, it's definitely your fight to lose. But there's more at stake than just a fantasy clash of claws and teeth. What do these overlapping territories and newly emerging hybrids reveal about the Arctic ecosystem and the future of wildlife as we know it? Are these hybrid bears merely a one-off quirk of nature, or do they hint at sweeping changes across the Arctic and beyond? Stepping back, it's clear that polar and grizzly bears serve as more than just apex predators. They're living indicators of a rapidly shifting world. Their overlapping territories signal deep transformations from the melting ice to the evolving habitats of countless species that depend on stable climates. Let's take a step back and consider what this phenomenon reveals about our rapidly shifting environment and how it could reshape the fate of not just polar and grizzly bears, but the entire ecosystem. The implications go far beyond a single species clash. Climate change, for example, isn't just pushing polar bears south, it's causing massive ripple effects in prey distribution, habitat types, and even the cultural ties of indigenous communities who've known these bears for generations. Historical records from local peoples describe unusual bear sightings for decades, while modern genetic studies confirm that crossbreeding might shape future bear populations. Some researchers ask if we're witnessing the dawn of a new lineage, bears capable of thriving across multiple environments. Others worry these hybrids could disrupt existing ecosystems, outcompete local fauna, or spread novel diseases. It's a complex puzzle. Are Pizzly bears an ingenious adaptation to warming climates, or a harbinger of ecological imbalance? Conservation efforts may hinge on these answers, because protecting one bear species now means protecting an entire chain of interlinked habitats. Yet with all these changes underway, why does it matter to us personally, and where do we as humans fit into this evolving story? We ended with a simple yet profound question. Where do humans fit into this story? In many ways, what's happening to polar and grizzly bears offers a glimpse into our own changing world. As these apex predators adapt or clash, we see the powerful ripple effects of a warming climate and shifting ecosystems. Their story is our story, and it reminds us just how interconnected we truly are. Simply put, what's happening to polar bears and grizzlies is a snapshot of our changing world. As their territories overlap, it signals larger shifts in climate patterns, wildlife corridors, and ecological balances that affect us all, like an early warning system from the top of the food chain. These bears aren't just creatures to be studied, they're a testament to nature's resilience and fragility, whether they're peacefully coexisting or occasionally battling for territory. Their fate echoes our own. The more we understand, the better we can prepare for and perhaps shape a future where humans and wildlife thrive side by side. Ready to pick a winner in this epic bear face-off? Tap that like button to show you're all in for more electrifying wildlife matchups, and share this video with the fellow animal lovers in your life. Then join the conversation in the comments. Will these hybrid bears shape the future of bear evolution, or is this just a one-time twist of nature? I can't wait to hear your theories. No idea is too wild. And of course, hit subscribe if you're up for more deep dives into nature's most intriguing showdowns. After all, we're only scratching the surface of what the wild world has to offer. Before you go, if you can't get enough apex predator action, I've got the perfect follow-up for you. Savannah Showdown. Who's the real king of Africa's top predators? Come see if the mighty lion holds onto its crown, or if another stealthy hunter takes the throne. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Click the video here on screen and prepare for a whole new level of wild. Then come back and tell me who you think deserves the title of Africa's true king.